Hey ladies, I just got done uploading Wyatt's 6-week update, and now I am going to do my 6-week postpartum update. So Wyatt, Wyatt was born August 25th. I did, jeez, I didn't get the epidural, but I did get pain medicine that was similar. My labor with him was really strange. I shouldn't say strange because it was kind of like with Mason. With both boys, I was in pre-labor for like a week, where I had constant contractions. They weren't painful, but they were consistent. The thing is, they didn't do anything to my cervix. So I had been dilated to about a fingertip. Sorry, that's my washing machine. I had been dilated to a fingertip for about 3 weeks, and then I was 4 days overdue. Yeah, I was 4 days overdue with Wyatt, and I had been having contractions, and they were just like my contractions had been for the previous week. There was nothing special about them. They didn't hurt. They didn't last very long. They were maybe 30 seconds, every 4 to 5 minutes for 30 seconds. But something just felt different. I had been losing mucus, blood-tinged mucus, for about 2 days, and something just felt different. I can't say what it was because my contractions were the same. I just had this weird instinct that he was going to be born that day. And so went to the hospital around 7 in the morning, and they monitored my contractions. My contractions were consistent. They checked my cervix, and I hadn't changed since my last doctor's appointment, so they were going to send me home. They said I had the option of staying for a few hours. Now, because I had Group B strep, I said I wanted to stay and see what happened, because if he was going to be born, I needed to get the medication so that my Group B strep didn't affect him. So they monitored me and then that was at 7 that they checked me and said that, and then at 9, no, 10 o'clock they checked me again. They said I hadn't changed. My cervix was still at a 1, but I had effaced. So at that point they said I could go home and labor at home, because they thought it was going to, they said it's going to be a long one, because I was just, my cervix was just thinning. I said, no, if he's going to be born, I need my medicine. And it was a good thing we didn't leave, because at 11:27 my water broke. And I went from being a fingertip to fully dilated in less than 4 hours. So after my water broke, things really picked up. My contractions got extremely painful. I could not walk through them. The only thing that felt good to get through a contraction was sitting on a rocking chair and rocking back and forth. But the thing about that was it really hurt my tailbone during labor, and after he was born I had issues with my tailbone for about a week and a half. So that was not fun, but it was the only way I could get through them. And with my daughter and my son, I did not cuss at all. I never screamed, I never did anything. I could breathe through all my contractions. But with Wyatt, I could not. I mean, I was in that room dropping the F-bomb here and there, and it was not pretty. I was probably not that pleasant to be around. I wasn't mean towards anybody, but I dropped the F-bomb quite a bit. And so, yeah, he was born at 4:37. Now, I had to wait to push. I believe I was actually fully dilated at 3 o'clock, but because I hadn't gotten my second dose of medication, I had to wait until 4 o'clock to start pushing, and then it took me almost 40 minutes to push him out, which is the longest it has ever taken me. Brooke, I pushed her out in 3 pushes, which was about 10 minutes, if that. Mason, he took about 10 minutes too, but Wyatt took a long time, and I believe that is because he was 10 pounds. And with him, I was in no rush. Hi, baby. Don't take those off. Those are Grandma's, you goob. With him, I was in no rush, because I knew that part of the reason why I had torn with my first 2 is because I had been pushing too hard, and I should have just relaxed and taken a break in between contractions. No, you didn't. They're on your head, you goober. Anyways, and so this time I had no tearing. I needed one stitch for an internal tear that was very minor, he said, which is really good because with Brooke I had 3rd-degree tears. I almost tore all the way down. With Mason I had 2nd-degree tears, and my recoveries with him were very painful. But with Wyatt, I was up walking around. Right away, the next day I was feeling good. Right after he was born, the medication that they had given me made me really sick. So the first time I stood up, I threw up everywhere. It was horrible. I could barely walk because I was lightheaded, and every time I took a step, I thought that I was going to puke. So that wasn't good. I was not feeling good at all from that medication. I definitely would never, ever, ever get it again because it made me sick. I didn't want to get out of bed that whole night because it was bad. But the next day, once it had worn off, I felt amazing. Everything was great. Wyatt was breastfeeding perfectly. Now, if you watch my 6-week update on him, you'll find out why he wasn't gaining weight, but he was nursing really well, and he still is. Oh, mister, you're such a pretty baby. But right after he was born, the next day, I was able to get into my pre-pregnancy jeans. My pre-pregnancy weight, this is going to be really embarrassing, but I'm going to share it because I am going to start doing weight loss vlogs. So my pre-pregnancy weight with him was 229 pounds. After he was born, a few days after he was born, I was down to 198. A week after that, I was down to 193, and now I'm in the 180s. So I have been slowly losing this whole time, which is great. I'm extremely excited to be losing this weight so I can get back, because before I had any children, I was 130 pounds. So I would love to get back down there, or maybe close. So that is what I'm going to be doing each week now. I'm going to be doing a weight loss update and things like that. I'm hoping to get to my goal weight of being around 125 pounds by Wyatt's first birthday. And I don't know if that's a realistic goal because all the websites I've seen that say I should be around 140 to 150. But we'll see. Anyways, my postpartum bleeding stopped around 3 weeks, and then it was just spotting, and now it's completely done. Like I said, I had no tearing, so I felt perfectly fine within 2 to 3 days of delivery. There was no pain, there was no nothing. I felt fantastic. This has probably been the easiest recovery so far. Like I said, labor this time was a little more intense, and I think that's because it went so fast. Brooke's labor was 9 hours. She was an induction, so it was 9 hours on Pitocin, but I got an epidural as soon as I could with her. Mason's labor was 6 hours with no Pitocin, and I got an epidural with him. Now, why? Because everything happened so quickly, I didn't get the pain meds until things were already intense. So I think that's why it hurt so bad. 1, 2, 3. But he is here now. I showed him the last video, but I'll show him again just because I think he's so cute. Say hi, everybody. Say hi. That's our baby. And now I'm going to be moving on to my daughter's birthday planning video. Bye.